Good morning, everybody. To those of you who are waking up in Europe to the news of another assassination attempt on former President Trump. President Trump is fine and well. He was not injured. And so let's get that out of the way first. Now, of course, we're already starting to hear the usual nonsense from the media. So I just wanted to break down what has happened, what have we have been briefed on so far, and what we do know. So give you a little bit of a quick and easy on this before you start biting into the nonsense of the usual media apple. On West Palm Beach golf course a few hours ago, there were shots fired. There was a man with an AK style rifle. He was in the hedges, 500 yards away from where President Trump was golfing, and the rifle protruding from the hedge was seen by some of the security detail, who opened fire. The guy jumped the fence, fled, and there was a witness that identified the car, took a picture of the license plate that the guy fled in, and thus the guy was subsequently caught driving down the I-95, Florida, and he was put under arrest. The witness who'd seen him then was flown down there to identify him, which he positively did. So the guy that fired the rifle has been arrested. That's so far so good. And from there on, it gets interesting. On the site where that he had abandoned, there was two backpacks hanging on the fence with ceramic tile. And it's interesting that they said ceramic tile. I'm guessing, just guessing, that this is body armor, ceramic plates hanging on the set. Thinking out loud, since we know very little, I'm just going by what I'm seeing here. I'm guessing this was something, maybe he put them up there to give him some back protection from gunfire from his back. If they're hanging there, covering his position, facing forwards towards where Trump was. He also had a GoPro, and he had it's very hard to see exactly which model it is. It does look like an AK-47, 74. It could be a modified SKS, but let's go with an AK style rifle, as the FBI and the Secret Service said in their brief. It's hard to see what type of scope there's on this rifle, and I'm going to touch a little bit about what's wrong with this picture in a minute when we get to that. Now, this was not a professional hit. How do I know that, you say? Because he was 500 yards from the president, and he picked an AK style weapon. I would almost think it's maybe a newer AK-74 or something like that, or 47. It's not a big difference, and again, very little ballistic difference. That is a weapon that is accurate 100 yards, maybe 200 yards. Start to stretch it to the 300 yards. It is not the right ammunition. It's not the right weapon for somebody who is a professional who wants to hit somebody who's 500 yards away and possibly moving. No matter what, I don't care what scope you put on. It has a fairly short barrel. It's a fat bullet, I would say. I'm guessing if it was an AK-47, it's a 39 by 308, 7.62 by 39. Not at all a weapon I would assassinate or snipe at anybody with at all. It's a good weapon for close combat, that kind of thing. CQB, not for an assassination. Again, assassins usually don't bring GoPros, and then they jump the fence and leave the car parked behind them. So this, to me, seems like an opportunist, somebody seeking opportunity for. Again, I don't even know if he was attempting. He didn't, as far as I know, he didn't get any shots off. He was engaged by the agents that was firing at him as they saw him. I don't know where they were as they saw him. He was within the perimeter fence, apparently. So it's very interesting that the FBI and the Secret Service, they're obviously patting each other's back. What a great job they did. Since I love how they always do that. And they said something to the effect that, well, he's not the sitting president, so he's provided just the protection that's deemed necessary. by the Secret Service for his immediate surroundings, which apparently doesn't involve the golf course perimeter, which is surrounded by shrubbery, where it's very easy for somebody to hide and take a shot from. So once again, somebody failed. He jumped the perimeter. He was within firing range of the president when he was, I guess, seen because of incompetence. Had this been a professional, we know there are a number of entities that would love to take a shot at President Trump. The Iranians swore they would. There's other entities, and politically there are entities that would like to see him not in office. I mean, if this had been any of Hillary Clinton's professionals, he would have been in trouble. But anyway, there's something wrong with this, and once again, there's something wrong with the failure of the security detail, because this is a failure. They're busy patting each other on the back because, oh, what a great job they did. Oh, he was caught within an hour or two. Yeah, he was caught because a civilian happened to see him jump the fence and jump into a car. He wasn't seen by one of your people. He wasn't caught in coming in there, climbing the fence with two backpacks and a rifle. He wasn't engaged by perimeter security. He was seen and engaged seconds before he was going to open fire. Could have been a lucky shot, even with an AK-47. People get killed by those all the time. Although at 500 yards, a bit of a thing. So once again, there's been a assassination attempt on President Trump, and it's amazing what they will do or stoop to doing in order to keep this man from office. And considering how these entities are working so hard on that, they must be very scared of what he might clean up or find or fire if he got back into office. Maybe we could get something done, anything done really at this point. Of course, the media was quick to come out and say, well, shots fired in the vicinity. We weren't sure it was an assassination attempt, just like the last time. Well, a shot fired, hit him in the ear. It was splinters from a monitor. Well, he wasn't really trying to shoot. The media that has instigated a division in this country since 2010, at the very least 2008. Not going to name names who really started to put fuel on that fire, but we really have to watch what's being said and done and what we're being fed to divide us from standing together and actually look at things clear. The way this country is going, the way this is going, we are now a banana republic. I saw, I didn't see him. He didn't tell me himself, but I saw that Kennedy mentioned that, there's already an investigation into him. This is what banana republics do. They go after their political opponents with the whole system. And if they can't kill them, they'll prosecute them. They'll put them in jail. They'll put up false charges. And of course, the media is covering for them because they, work for them. We know how this works. It's very well documented for those who actually care to look. And I don't know how this is going to go. Sorry, we live in a noisy neighborhood with a lot of bad people around here. So what are you going to do? Anyway, wanted to give you a quick update on the latest here. I'm sure we're going to hear a whole lot more, and there's going to be broken down and analyzed 10 ways from Sunday. I would just like to see that this suspect. So, of course, the FBI took over the investigation, and we have so much trust in them since they hosed down the last crime scene after 2 days and had the body cremated after 10. This is the FBI that has repeatedly investigated and gone after President Trump on so many ways. We have. Maybe it would be possible for the governor out in Florida to get a hold of this suspect and keep it an internal investigation, have him interrogated by locals first before he does an Epstein somewhere. That, of course, I would think the FBI would do such a thing. But anyway, keep an eye on the news and read between the lines. I'll try to give you an update as soon as I hear something else.